of the council, okay, by this committee, which again I said that Steve Camara is the chair of the committee of the economic development of tourism, and what they want to do there is make it a they want to revise a new RFP, okay, and to not entertain both of the economic developers that are there now. What they want to use that for, and I think it's a good idea, they want to use that place as a live workspace for artists, retail, dining, and entertainment.
So how does that impact getting new jobs, new industry into the Fall River area by having a place for artists?
It's not just artists, Roland. It's a place where...
You believe that?
Well, there was a woman that came out, yes I do. There was a woman that came on yesterday, also from Florida, and she lived in Orlando and moved here.
If you believe it, tell me how they're going to do it.
Well, what they're going to do is, getting to my next point, this gentleman also had stated that he had two major developers, nationwide developers that came down to the waterfront. They want to tie this all into the waterfront and reliven the downtown is basically what's going to happen. Okay, and what they had said, this gentleman here said that he had two major nationwide developers come down, and they looked at the potential of the waterfront. They said, you know, the city has a lot of potential for the waterfront.
Anybody can say that, though.
Okay, but let me finish. But both pointed that they both pointed at the Heritage State Park. That was scary. You know what they said? They said they told this gentleman, you know, what is the city's plan for subsidized housing? And he said, well, he didn't know. And the developers told him, call me when the city has a plan for the subsidized housing. And then he also turned around. He said, if they put any more subsidized housing, don't bother calling us at all. So this is a big problem. We don't need any more housing here. We need to use these vacant spaces, okay? I had always thought that, you know, South Main Street all along there was a great place for a little strip.
You know, when you talk like that, you have to. I'm a little stunned because, you know, there are bigger fish to fry in Fall River, and no one's talking about that. And I'm surprised it gets by you, Chris. I mean, you're a sharp guy. Right now, the thing that I would be concentrating on is not an arts center or whatever they want to do. They've got these big dreams, pie in the sky. Nothing ever materializes. They got a bigger problem with a courthouse going up, and I'd love to have somebody answer me that. How do you build a courthouse, and the architect doesn't say, oh, by the way, where are we going to put 400 cars? That doesn't bother anybody?
Well, it's very simple. There are guys that are looking into making a parking garage.
Wait a minute. It's very simple.
Yeah.
You mean they're going to... You make it sound like it's... No, you factor that in.
Absolutely.
To the building when the architect does. You factored that in with the plans. You don't say we're going to put a building up now and then later on go look for a site to 400 cars.
Here's the problem. I wasn't involved in that. I wasn't involved in that.
Well, you were involved in it as a citizen of Fall River.
Absolutely.
I mean, it came out. But hasn't anybody asked the question?
Well, you know what, people, and you know what, here's a perfect example. Last night, Councilor Camara came out and said that, and going back to Mr. Coolin, who has approached me and wants to come on the show because his property got taken by eminent domain over 20 years ago, that the city needed it for something. Well, guess what? The city hasn't done nothing with it for over 25 years.
Like you said, it's another story.
But still, it falls into the same place of the same thing that happens in Fall River.
Oh,
you know what Councilor Camara said, and I applaud him for saying it. That, you know what, we've brought this issue to the Development Authority, okay? And you know what? It falls on dead ears, okay? It falls on dead ears.
Because there was a game plan way before it started. But like I'm saying, how is it no one even questions that? Because maybe who owns the land around that courthouse?
There's a lot of people that own that land.
Well, that's fine, but they may be involved in something you don't know.
Well, I know.
What are they going to do? Buy another building next to it now? And say, okay, we want to buy that building because we need a place to put 400 cars. It's too ambiguous, number one, and very suspicious.
But the problem is...
Nobody says a word about it. Nobody says a word.
Listen, the courthouse is being built, whether you say it's not, it's already being done.
No, and I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying to you is you don't build a damn courthouse and leave the parking garage out and then revisit it later and say, oh, Jesus, we got a courthouse going up, but here we have to now find out we got 400 cars, we got to find a place to put. Why wasn't it factored in when it was first done?
Well, there's two parking garages within the area. There's two within the area right now.
But not as close to the proximity of the courthouse. That's the problem.
Well, there is one. There's
You
one
know what I
within
mean?
about. There's one within
Yeah,
about.
I know, but
200
you
yards.
don't know what's down there. You don't know what you're going to pay. You know, what I mean, that's a privately owned building. This is going to belong to the state, like the courthouse.
Well, like I said, there are different aspects of different property
Yes.
owners that are looking to. Listen, there's one building there that there is one developer that's looking to get what he needs to put up a parking garage.
If
there.
in your mind you can justify that,
I
I got
can't.
a bridge I want to set.
But the problem is I can't justify anything that's been done without my
So
input.
you ask as a question. That's what I'm saying. They're talking about Bristol Community College.
Yep.
They should be addressing that courthouse right now. How did that come about? When all the big hoop to do is over that police station.
But what's that going to do?
Who is everybody?
What? But by
just-
thinking about the courthouse, what is that going to do right now with the economic downfall that we have right now? This is the most important thing that we have to worry about today.
That's what I just said. How is the economic? How is it going to impact BCC building whatever they want to build down there?
Because economic. Well, we're trying to work on economics. We're trying to work on economics.
By bringing in companies, corporations.
Correct.
That's the way of doing
And
that.
what I had said to you was that if we bring in, and that's why that Durfee Street is very important, because if we do bring another subsidized housing in here, you get two developers that don't want to even look at you,
Yeah.
but they're willing to look at something. Number
I
one,
don't know.
we get another company that wants to that is looking to use land in up in Industrial Park to build electric cars. They were there at the council yesterday, but didn't have a time to speak. These are the things that I'm trying to say. There are issues, more issues. Yeah, we can talk about this stuff till we're blue in the face. Mistakes have been done. The only way to fix a mistake is to move on. You move on, you do something.
But they move on to the next mistake.
Well, you
That's
gotta
the
move.
problem.
Listen, if I have a broken arm, Roland, if I have a broken arm, and then all of a sudden I get a blister on my toe that I can't deal with, I'm gonna go fix the blister. You know, we have problems that come up every single day, and we have to address problems to the severity of the concerns.
But they don't address any of them. They don't solutionize the problem
Well,
they now have.
they have.
They just allow more of them to come on
Well,
and come on and
like
come
I
on.
said,
First of all, why did they take BCC away from Bristol Community College? And it's called Bradford Durfee Tech.
Correct.
I talked to the guy that gave that to the city one day because we were looking at it. We were thinking of making a police academy out of it. And I said to him, what happened? Well, the city wanted it. We gave it to them.
Well, what good is that?
We unloaded
Let's
it.
say they made a police academy. What good is that going to be there now when there's 10%? They're asking for 10%.
No, it isn't going to be there now because it wasn't worth going in there, refurbishing that building. It's in such tough shape.
Well,
I've been through that building.
We don't have much time, and this is when we get into conversations like this.
Go ahead.
I'd like to speak more and more because we have so much that I haven't even broke the bridge on, and I haven't even got into a lot of the stuff. All I gotta say is this, lady adjustment. We're gonna continue this. We're gonna continue on speaking about this subject. There was a lot done yesterday on the council. If you do have a chance, watch it on television. The council did speak about some decent points yesterday. I want to address a lot of concerns that are here. My thing is, let me know out there about what you think about that 64 Durfee Street building. Let me know what you think the city should do about it. And I'm working with some of the councils and speaking with them and trying to find out what they want to do with it. Bristol County News at Comcast.net. Don't forget that. You can email me there. Let me know what you feel about 64 Durfee Street, and also working on YouTube and putting this show on the YouTube so everybody has a chance to get to it. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you next week, hopefully, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. Thanks, Roland.
Okay.